This is a satellite image of Lake Victoria. It's in East Africa, the equator runs through it, and it's very, very big. Lake Victoria, also known locally as Nyanza, lies within an elevated plateau in the western part of Africa's Great Rift Valley and is shared by the three East African states of Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya. The fabled source of the River Nile, Lake Victoria covers an area of over 68,000 square kilometers, making it the largest lake in Africa and the largest freshwater lake in the world. It is home to the Luo-speaking people, for whom fishing on the lake is a traditional source of livelihood. Luo is a Western Nilotic tongue, distinctively different from the Bantu languages spoken by neighbors to the north and south, and the Kalenjin dialects encountered to the east. Benga music is today played across Kenya, from the lake shores in the west, across the vast floor of the Rift Valley to the slopes of Mount Kenya and into the plains of the east. Sprinklings of it have travelled as far south as Zimbabwe, and it has been borrowed, repackaged and reserved in big-name music countries such as the Democratic Republic of Congo and Cameroon. Benga music is less than 60 years old. The late 1950s and early 1960s mark its formative years. To understand the roots of Benga, we must travel back in time to take a look at traditional Luo musical instruments. In elaborate Luo compositions, the Nyatiti was accompanied by the percussion sounds of ohangla, a set of drums, cow horns, gourds, sticks, shakers, complemented by the improvisations of people either singing or whistling or stomping their feet or clapping their hands or making blowing sounds. Sometimes the mournful single-stringed orutu would be incorporated. This combination of musical instruments and vocal accompaniment provided entertainment for all occasions long before the advent of the first European explorers and missionaries. The tempo of a nyatiti being played, coupled with the rhythmic thumping of an iron bangle harnessed to the player's toe, are considered by many to be the crucial links to modern benga. The nyatiti first influenced single note picking on the acoustic guitar, before eventually forming the route for the high and low-pitched electric lead and bass guitars.
Benga came in. It was a very unique kind of style which was based on the roto. Roto, the single string allows you to play so much with it, and there is a kind of undulating kind of style people use. Now, this is what a lot of guitarists borrowed. They take advantage quite a lot of it. So, like you hear, I'll play one old song by somebody called Omedo, okay? And just the rhythm, it goes something. Now, you hear that. There is a bit of I don't know how to call them. I'm not a trained musician, okay? But I know there is those kind of things. There's an effect they have on the ear. When you add that, it kind of like wakes you up.
The pioneers of benga were one-man guitarists, accompanied by an instrument in the form of a wooden box called a conductor, which helped to keep the rhythm. Later, the then grooved Fanta soda bottle also served as an accompaniment. Soon after the Second World War, a handful of demobilized soldiers conscripted from Luoland arrived back home with a piece of musical equipment that would herald new ways of entertainment for their people: the Spanish acoustic guitar. The guitar from afar began to replace the local nyatiti as the instrument of choice for communal entertainment.
Yokinya upa yoginga kunjera mugi. Yokinya upa yoginga kunjera mugi. Paye yoginga yuma kunjera mugi.
The ex-soldiers and their students especially liked to play the guitar near to, beside or under a granary. This being because granaries were somewhat removed from the main compound, the better for naughty lyrics to escape the ears of the innocent and easily offended. The Luo word for granary is dero. The expression tiedero carries the idea of being around and about the granary. Although a pioneering Luo musician called Olima Anditi was already recording by the early 1960s with numbers such as Sabina, it is the late John Ogara Odondi who is regarded as one of the true, original developers of benga. He founded the Ogara Boys Band in 1960 with Akech Oyosi, and with the recruitment of Nelson Ocheng Orwa 2 years later, it became a three-piece acoustic and vocal group.
My name is Samuel Akech Dabuya. Dabuya is my surname. I was born in Game West of South Nyanza district. My name is Nelson Ochieng. My love for music started when I was a very young boy. But it was not until 1961 when I first got my guitar that I started playing music seriously.
Barua mora yandi kona Barua mora yandi kona Onisowa ni podi somo Uganda Onisowa ni podi somo Uganda Barua mora yandi kona Barua
Pila bit raboro ade Mombasa kana de Mombasa na de ka kugili miti mano te ticho gili miti kuro samba maroni ramiso.
In 1958, I was taken to go and work in Mombasa. It was in Mombasa that I met a musician from Congo called Mwendwa John Bosco. He took me in his band and we played together in a hotel in Tononoka. We took 9 months in Mombasa, then we came to Nairobi and recorded our song. When Bosco went back home to Congo, he left me his tools and his guitar and even gave me his address and told me to visit him anytime in the Congo. I never went to see him up to now and we've never met again. It was at that time that I came back to the village where I played the guitar at many functions. But people did not like the music because I was singing in Kiswahili alone. But later when we met with Ochieng Nelly and the others, the music was more loud because now we started doing it in Dholuo. In 1963, I met a Kech who was already playing the guitar. Together with him, we met Ogara. We came up with this music that was later to be called Benga.
Another song by these three ambitious young men was the 1965 self-praising title Samuel Akech, in which the word Benga is mentioned for the very first time in any known recording. Benga. Kericho-based veteran music producer and retailer A.P. Chandarana attested to this in an off-camera interview in which he claimed Benga is Ogara.
Mayandi wanino na ya iuyo mae.
Born in 1943, Ochieng Nelly started playing the guitar in his teenage years after being inspired and taught by the pioneering Congolese musician Adolphe Banyora. He explains how Congolese words such as bolingo, meaning love, appeared in their early recordings. For example, in the song Monica Ondego, in which Ogara praises his first wife.